Well, it's Wednesday. Me and Caden decided to take a little road trip. We're going to Burlington, North Carolina. It's about 2.5 hours away, 2 hours and 15 minutes, something like that. We are going to buy some headers for the S10. The S10 got some like little 1 5/8 headers on it. The motor ain't never liked it because it's always, I mean, when it had a stock 5.3 in it, it done fine with a stock 5.3 or just a simple motor, but the bigger cubic inch motor does not like it. As far as making power, it's just running stopped up like. So I ordered some 2-inch headers offline, some big primaries and all that. Well, because they said it was in stock. Well, they sent me a message yesterday and told me that they were not in stock, that it'd be 5 to 6.
At the next stop sign, turn right.
Well, we got some racing 5 to 6 weeks before then. So I sent them back a message and told them, I said, man, the only reason I ordered from y'all is because it said on your website you had them in stock. So y'all know how I am. Won't be ordering nothing else from them. If you ain't got it in stock, you need to list it as not being in stock. Even when I went back on the website, it still said it was in stock. So it kind of aggravates me.
At the stop sign, turn right onto Highway 10.
So looking on Marketplace, I'd hit a guy a few weeks ago. He had some long tubes, but they were 1 3/4. So I hit him up. I hit him back up. I was like, hey man, I couldn't find nothing else. No 1 7/8 or the 2-inch stuff. All that's all sold out. So I hit him up and said, well, hell, I'll go buy these long tubes now. Take a right, Caden. I said, I'll go through and go buy these from that guy now.
In about 2.5 miles,
turn
left onto South Main Street.
And then see how it does on the dyno and all that, and that'll determine whether I go on over bigger or order some and replace them down the road. But right now, with digger dye coming up and stuff like that, I want to get the little truck ready. I need to get it tuned and get everything touched up on it. I need to get it ready and get it out testing. So I was like, you know what? Watch out, Caden. Idiots. I love the horn. So since I ended up, I need to go through and get it tuned, touched up and all that stuff in it and get it all ready. I guess we'll go ahead and just buy these headers. I'll put them on there, redo the exhaust this week. Talk to Nigel, figure out when he can retune it, and hopefully we'll gain some power. We'll see. You ready, Caden?
Yeah, we'll see.
You know I'm gonna drive the no preparation, don't you?
I don't care what you do.
You ain't gonna drive it?
I don't really care. It's whatever you want to do.
It's blurry because I got it on cinematic mode.
It's whatever you want to do.
We'll figure that out, so y'all ride with us.
In 1 mile, turn left onto Fulton Street.
Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Well, another day, another dollar. It's a little cold out here in North Carolina. I got some new headers for the S10 here. Let me turn them around and show you. Me and Caden went and picked these up off Marketplace last night. So these headers are flowtech with the H on the end, not the K. Flowtechs. These headers got a good deal on $350. These 2 primaries here go around the outside of the frame rail on both sides, I guess for tight clearances. So we're gonna go through and pull these headmen off. These headmen are 1 5/8. But if you look right here, that A-arm has beat the crap out of that, and I had to fix it the other day because it was dented in from when the truck had a iron block in it, and it was set real low. And then this side over here, excuse all my wiring mess, it ain't the prettiest. I've had to redo that one right there because I used to have a straight drive in it, and the clutch on it, I used to have a straight drive in it, and when I put a straight drive in it, I had to redo that pipe so it would clear the slay cylinder for the clutch or whatnot. So we're gonna pull these old raggedy things off, put them 1 3/4 on it. It should help it with performance wise. It should help it all around, looks, everything. So let's get these things yanked off real quick. We're gonna start by yanking the 10mm bolts off and pulling the dipstick out on the passenger side, unplugging the spark plug boots, and then I'll get underneath and take the ball and socket connector loose. All right, I got all that loose. All right, I like these because they were simple and all. I just hate it where it hits. You can see where I've been driving it lately after fixing it last week where it's already started hitting again. Good header. Not great for a lowered truck. Like I said, I had to weld that up because it cracked that one at one time. So these are the flowtech long tubes. These two inside tubes going inside the frame rail. These two right here go outside. So you want to start by putting the first tube on like this. I gotta get in there and get my old exhaust out of the way. But you want to get this snugged up there, not tight, just stuck up there. And then I'll also want to take the very back one and stick it up there. Then I'll knock the collector off of it, and I'll bring these two and I'll run them around the frame rail, tighten all that up. And once I get all that tight, snugged, I'll put the end on it. Once I get the end on it, then I can go ahead and tighten the header up itself. Out with the old, let's get in with the new. So we're running into a little issue. So on my truck, I used to have lowering spindles on it with like springs barely cut off. Well, we got this truck sitting low now with with cut springs and back to factory spindles to give it more travel in the front. And I'm running into the same issue where my control arm is hitting right here. I don't even have the truck all the way down where it normally sits at. It's about 2 inches higher, and this is already wanting to touch. And we're not even where we normally sit at. So my option, the best option for me will be to come in here and cut this pipe, re-bend that around, modify just this section to this section, and then I can go through and I'll be able to go through and get it to sit down where I want it to without hitting. Simple little fix, nothing bad, nothing major, just a little bit of modification. I also had to dent that for a different steering shaft I had on it one time. It beat that in a little bit. And then, like I said, had a drive shaft break at shady side, hit the gas tank, broke the transmission, and the torque converter come over and knocked holes in that, and I patched that up also. Another casualty of when the drive shaft broke, it tore that muffler all to crap, and I had to weld it back in the seam or whatnot just to patch it up. So I think I know why I need to clearance that on that side, because I think my motor is sitting that way. So I was looking at this, it needs to come over this way probably, if I had to guess, it needs to come over this way about 1 inch. If you look at my mounts down there, I got the play to move it over. So we're gonna loosen this stuff up, move it around, and see what we can get to come up with. So what I have figured out is on my mounts, I had this one on my driver's side because the bolt holds the slots in it right there. And I had this one on the passenger side because it's the bolt hole here. That's the only way it would fit. Well, if you actually look, the mounts themselves, these are longer. This needs to be passenger side, this needs to be driver's side. The problem is when you put it on the driver's side, your bolt hole that's here, that normally would have been right here, is like right here, literally. So what I need to do, I need to go through and cut these apart. Cut this one apart and that one apart. Cut this one off. Get these pieces, and I need to shift these pieces back about 1 inch on both sides. Move them back about 1 inch, weld them up. Then I'll be able to use these plates with these mounts. I'll be able to use this one on the driver's side like I need it to be. I can use this one on the passenger side like I need it because it's a long mount, it's longer leg, it's shorter leg, and that'll get my headers to work like I need them. So like I said, I got the header. I stuck the 2 center ones are the main important ones. They're the ones that go around the frame on both sides. I also stuck the first one on this one, but that's the only way to get it to fit the way I need it is to shift the motor over like it's supposed to be anyways. The mounts had the motor sitting to the passenger side, so I'm gonna go through and modify those mounts and go through and get them to work the way I need them to work. Then my headers will work really, really good. I'll probably still have to modify this header if I had to guess, more than likely just because of the way that control arm is. But this side over here, I think we're all good to go as far as the way it is. I'm gonna jack it up and check it. It's gonna work really good on this side. It's super close. I gotta move that brake line. Well, that's gonna work really good for this side. Now I gotta do the other side and check it. All right, now, so I got both those done, fit pretty tight. This is a little bit looser because I started on it and didn't realize it was the edge. I figured it out when I done this one. This one's super, super tight. Get Jake to weld them around it and I'll paint them up a little bit. I gotta shorten up the spacers on this side, so I gotta go back to my last video and remember what the measurements were where I took a picture of it and I didn't keep it in my phone. So let's do that and then I can get over here and work on these motor mounts. Let's check out them wheels Jake did. Them things look good. Look at them stacking them dimes, Look good. All right, so I got to shorten up the spacer. I done those two. I got to shorten up one more, and I'll be good. Little black paint don't look bad on it. It'll be good. So now let's get some paint on these things and get them under the car. I know it ain't nothing but some control arms. Damn, it feels good having the rear end just hung up in there. Gotta get the coilovers, gotta get the gear, gotta get the yoke, and the reluctor wheel for the for flowtech to be able to read speedometer for traffic control and all that stuff. But like I said, I do some primer on the control arms. But like I said, it feels good just having it just hung up in there. Sorry I had a phone call, but yeah, like I said, I gotta get a gear, I gotta get the yoke with the reluctor wheel, I gotta get the wheel studs and the coilovers and a roll bar for the back, and we'll have that part of it done. So we slowly getting there. Like I said, I still gotta push this frame rail out. Daniel brought me that car back down there. I gotta go through and that way I can get the frame rails and anything I need off of it. They're not redoing some of this front stuff anyway, so oh well, let's get back on this truck. I got my mounts painted. About to mount them up in here and see if it'll all work. So I'm gonna flip this piece from here. I'm gonna flip it around, cut that off. And over here where that thing has plenty of clearance, we'll gain 3-4 inches right there. That's the start of it. I'll start working my way back there, getting the piece back together. All right, so I got Jake to go ahead and tack that. Look at them cuts, how close they are. But yeah, I gotta go through and build me a piece from there to there. Then we'll weld that section, weld this one, and then I'll install it, and then he can come in here and weld this to it, and that way we get everything in line where we need it. You ever wondered the difference between inch and before again? No. Y'all check that out. Jake did a killer job as always welding. That thing was freaking sweet. Especially that powder coating right here, or ceramic coating or whatever it is, but it looks good, don't it? It looks pretty good so far. We'll see if it clears. Hopefully there's about, well, we'll see. Should be pretty close. If it's better, I'll be happy. Hopefully it don't hit too bad. almost like it was made for it. Should be pretty good like that, hopefully. All right, crank it up, Caden. Y'all check that out right there. Old Jake. So Jake went through and he was like, hey, he was like, come here tonight. He said, hey, is your truck unlocked? I said, yeah. He said, well, I got a engine diaper. He said, I want to give Caden for his new car or whatever. He said, I've been meaning to give it to you. He said, I got it with me, so I'm gonna throw it out in your car. So like I said, we appreciate you, Jake. Jake's Motorsports in Lincoln. You need a nice truck, a nice car. Look him up on Facebook. Look him up on the internet. Just Google his name, Jake's Motorsports in Lincoln, North Carolina. Jake's a good dude. He's a good friend. He's the one with the blue C10. Like I said, he donated this to Caden for his racing program. So every little thing helps. That's probably freaking $200-300. I mean, it's like a Motions Race Works. Like I said, it looks brand new. I guess it might be brand new. I don't know, but. Like I said, they ain't cheap, they ain't free, and anything and everything always helps out. So we appreciate y'all. So like I said, go check out Jake's Motorsports link. Appreciate you.